Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Beer Buds and Football, Episode 2. You're here with me, Survivor Mike, Mo, and Ebbs.
Give me the lighter.
First off,
who is the lighter?
I want to start off by correcting my mistake from last week. The Packers actually lost that 2012 Hail Mary
I thought
game
you were going to do the fucking...
in Seattle. I forgot to fucking set that up. My bad. Anyway, last week's show, I stated that the Packers won that game. Anyway, for this episode, we're going to be analyzing Week 1 games as well as looking ahead towards Week 2.
Hey, open.
All right, but before we do that, how's everybody doing this week?
We're good.
How we doing, Brian? Anything new? Anything new exciting going on for you?
Fucking Italian's back on the dick, bro.
Hey, that's
girl.
always a bonus.
Actually, I probably shouldn't put that on the podcast.
All right, how you doing, buddy?
Might need surgery for the leg, but we'll see.
Crippled. Still crippled. All right, well, let's jump right in. We got the biggest headline from the week. Ray Rice, his release, and his indefinite suspension for the NFL. What do you guys think, Brian?
He's pretty fucked.
To say the least.
He's out of the league.
So what do you think that does?
Ray Rice?
What do you think that does socially? What do you think that does competitively to the Ravens?
Well, it kind of shows the commission doesn't know what they're doing.
No,
because they're just going
but that's a given. Roger Goodell, come on, bro. He's been hated since day one.
Yeah, but I mean,
I miss
what it does for their team is it takes away their best running back and one of the best running backs in the league.
Yeah.
Who was the commissioner before Goodell?
Tagliabue.
Tagliabue?
Something like that.
All right.
Tagliabue.
Cheers, brothers.
So, Mohi, what do you think?
Dude, I don't know why Ray Rice is playing football. That dude has a mean left.
Who?
Ray Rice. He has a mean fucking left.
I think it was his right. Yeah.
No, it was his left.
Was it? I barely saw the video.
She flew into it. She got a double hit. She flew her head.
I'm just joking around. What I do think about it is that it's fucking retarded what he did, and he got what he deserved.
Yeah, he definitely got what he deserved.
Because I feel like, who was that? Ray McDonald on the Niners. What did he get? He got a 9-game suspension, 7-game suspension?
Was it already handed down?
Oh, no, they didn't even get a verdict.
Talking about Alton Smith.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about Ray McDonald for domestic abuse.
Yeah, the investigation hasn't completed. There's been no suspension.
But you're taking Alton Smith's sentences and you're
what do
putting
you
on
think is going to happen to him now that Ray Rice got suspended?
I think
it's going to be 6 games. Sorry, go ahead.
But I've been hearing shit where he might be good, where it's not like he won't be guilty of it.
Right. There's no... The investigation hasn't completed. We don't know what really happened there. So, anyway, Ray Rice is just the complete idiot. I mean, who decks their... I've heard she's pregnant, fiance. Like, come on.
No, they've got married after that.
Let's just get to the next fucking point.
All right. My point is, Ray Rice is an idiot. He's lucky that he can't go to jail because the thing's already been settled. But that's over with. Let's jump right into the games. I'm going to just acknowledge the elephant in the room first, just to get it out of the way. Cowboys got their ass whooped against SF. I mean, Romo threw away the game, literally, 3 interceptions, and basically handed Vernon Davis 2. Thankfully, he's on my fantasy team. Vernon Davis is. Murray got 100-plus and a score, and the impressive stat of the day is Frank Gore went over 10K. How do you guys feel about that game?
Number 1 all-time rusher of the Niners.
Yeah, is that true?
Yes, it is. That is 100% fact.
That means he basically just put himself in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's for sure. He has to be in the Hall of Fame.
Name a running back that leads his franchise in history's rushing and...
Of course, he has to bring
has over 10K yards that's not in the Hall of Fame. I'm sure there might be 1 or 2. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
He's not done yet.
Yeah. It's...
I thought you were talking about Mike talking.
Mike?
He's not done yet, bro. He's not done. And I was like, yeah, I know, bro.
And Frank Gore is not done yet.
Bro.
God damn.
No. So I guess we're having technical difficulties with Survivor Mike over here.
Man, he always has difficult. His life is difficult.
We had
still better than both of y'all.
We had an internet setup here.
Obviously, look at my fucking leg.
Oh shit. All right, well, where do you think the Niners are going to go from here? They got Chicago, primetime football, Sunday night, next
First
week.
game in Levi Stadium, look for a big game, go Niners.
That's going to be exciting.
That's going to be a good one.
Sunday night football, primetime.
I can honestly say...
You're watching it, right? You don't got work?
Yeah, I'm off. Hey.
I can honestly say that I hope the Niners lose this one also, even though they probably won't because the Bears lost to the Bills last week, of all teams.
In OT.
The reason why I'm rooting for the Bears is because...
At home.
I have family that is huge Bear fans, so I like to keep family happy. But otherwise, my boys here, Niners, I kind of hope they do well in the sense they put up stats because I got a couple of them on my fantasy team, so I could use them.
I got tickets to game 2 at home.
Oh, Eagles. Oh, I hope they whoop the shit out of the Eagles.
Oh, game 2 at home.
But honestly, for the Cowboys, we got Tennessee in Tennessee next week.
They won this week.
They handed Kansas City a solid loss.
Damn.
No better than our loss.
Damn.
I hope we just can put something together and not take a shit.
Hey, what do you think? If you were Jason Garrett, would you have put your backup in to start the third quarter?
Absolutely not.
Do you think the game would have ended any differently if he did?
No, it probably would have been worse. It's Brandon Whedon. I'm not saying he's crap, but I'm saying he's nowhere near Tony Romo.
Dude,
he was a starter though
in Cleveland, but that's not saying much.
Cleveland has a good team.
Brian Hoyer proved that
that was a nice pass. Did you see that top 5 receptions?
You see number 5 get his head stomped in?
See Des Bryant almost break his back?
Yeah, and didn't want to get back in the game hardly.
They kept showing that.
But he's a beast.
He hurt his left arm, but he came back.
He
barely, sparingly.
He had 2
He kept going back out.
This dude gave him a Spartan kick.
Oh man, we should come up with a best hits of the week segment and just talk about those for a minute. That would be a good one. Fucking shit's not working. Calm your ass down. So, let's go to the next game now. We have Atlanta versus New Orleans.
That was an upset.
That was probably...
That was an upset.
Yeah. Not really, though. Atlanta's pretty good in the Dome when they're not a crap team like they were last year.
Tell me the Falcons' record last year. What was Falcons' record last year? 4-11?
Terrible? I don't know. I just remember terrible.
Yeah, no, I think they were 5-11.
And what was the Saints' record?
Saints?
Fucking playoff caliber, right?
Playoff
Saints won their division last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit.
And they go there and lose? Drew Brees lost?
No, Falcons are at home, and they're not a crap team. They made it to the NFC Championship game in 2012.
Did you see that run? That highlight reel from that game?
I honestly only...
They gave it to the running back. He hit a mean spin move. Embarrassed somebody.
Was it Jaquez Rodgers, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, actually.
He embarrassed somebody.
Yeah, that guy lit it up.
That's hard to happen in the NFL. It's hard.
Dude, the fucking Dirty Birds.
Oh, man.
I
miss those days, the late 90s. Those were the good old days. All right, so...
You're 8?
but the interesting... Bro, I was watching football since I was 4, so don't give me that shit.
Yeah, but you're talking about the good old days when you're 8? Just fucking watching...
That was almost 15... Falcons? That was over 15 years ago now. So, yeah, that was the good old days. Anyway.
You're not old, you idiot.
Shut the fuck up and let's move on. Atlanta did have that huge comeback win. Matt Ryan, though, with his 3 scores, like 388 yards, nearly 400.
If he's on your fantasy, you're happy.
He's not on mine, but he is.
Whoever's team he's on, there are some happy people. Their quarterback.
Now, do you think this is going to help propel Atlanta back to their 2012 form, or do you think this was just a rivalry fluke?
I don't think NFC contenders. Bro, come on. Don't get excessive on him.
I'm asking for opinions here. That's all I'm doing.
Saying there'll be a team to reckon with this year. I don't know. I'm not saying.
Do you think they can compete for their division? Saints, Buccaneers, Panthers.
All right, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
I agree with that.
If the Falcons go to the NFC Championship game, I don't think the Niners are going to be up there either. If that's how the league turns out.
So you're basically saying Seattle's a shoo-in for the NFC Championship?
No, I don't even think Seattle's going to be in.
Why not? Dude, you saw they played against a contender in Green Bay. They dominated.
But that's just... They always win at home, but they're not a road team.
Okay, when you have a defense like that and a quarterback that manages the game, you're a road warrior. Guarantee it. Just watch them play. When's their first road game? I don't really know. We can look it up. But
we could if you had any of your resources available to us.
I think they were against the Chargers.
Is it this week too?
I think that was
Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chargers.
Okay.
Chargers are fucked.
Dude, that was a good game. The Cardinals are not fucking weak this year. They went 10-6 and they didn't get in the playoffs. What kind of bullshit? NFC West bullshit.
the Chargers aren't a bad team either, though.
They're gonna get killed. Aaron fucking teed it, bro.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
My bad. All right. So next big game. How about we talk about Green Bay and Seattle? First off, I mean, we already touched on it. Green Bay got dominated, but real quick.
And who's going for that one?
Oh, I admit I was wrong. I thought Green Bay was going to be competitive.
And who called it?
But I also said, like...
Mo and Ebbs.
He did. You did. I also said,
You did.
I also said, like, 3 months ago that I thought Seattle wasn't going to be the same team this year, and I'm gonna already admit...
Who also thought the Cowboys were going to win?
Bro, I was wrong on a lot of levels. More than you guys even know last week. I predicted a lot of wrong games.
We know, bro. Bro, you know football, but your predictions are terrible.
That's because I predict emotionally, not logically. That's
exactly.
my problem.
That's why it's terrible.
Dude, I know that.
Dude, it was...
My predictions, though, are right most of the time. Can't you admit?
Yeah.
Hey, when you told me with the Cowboys get blown out, the media backlash behind that is unfucking believable. I couldn't get away from it.
You're not surprised? I already told you.
I couldn't get any. Look, everywhere I went, I saw the Cowboys losing.
Here's one example. Back in 2011, I went to the Dallas Cowboys-Niners game. The Cowboys fans were easily 45% of the crowd. Who heard about that? Other than you guys, because I was there and told you about it, right?
Was that your percentage, or was that an actual percentage?
I was there. The entire row I was
60%. I swear to you, bro.
No, dude, he said there was 20% in the Jerry Dome.
Because I was in denial. But I'm saying, my point is, where was the media circus behind that game? No, you guys didn't hear about that.
Because you guys are known for that.
Yeah, that's what
but
you're known for.
When it happens to you guys.
For the first time, it happened one time.
Yeah, that's
why it's a story. That's why
it's a big deal.
Why can't you get your head?
I disagree with that. I think it's just like everything with the Cowboys, completely media overblown.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what my point is.
Okay.
Because
that's your thing that you guys do to everybody. So if someone does it to you, it's a shocker.
Dude, I saw
even though it's not like what.
It's like half of America went to the computer and started making memes.
But
because there was all I would read, dude.
What was the worst one you saw?
Someone
said meme makers.
Someone said put Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite in. He'd be a better quarterback than Romo.
That was 3 years ago. I've seen all of them.
God,
yeah, but they're resurfacing now.
I just saw.
What was the next worst one?
I've never cared about this, but today I just went because I was looking for Niner shit, and everything it was.
What?
Everything it was
all Cowboy shit.
Yeah, all day.
Couldn't run away from it.
Anyway.
Come on, Mike. What are you doing?
Calm it down. We're still analyzing last week, so chill. And all right, so next game I want to talk about Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Pittsburgh 30-27. Cleveland played a game. Who expected
Cleveland, that? We went to Jack's on Sunday.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. I've never seen it before in my life.
We're at Jack's and we're waiting for the 10 o'clock games to finish because we're waiting.
10 o'clock game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because the 49ers start at 125, right? And it's me and Mike, the big Cowboy fan, big Niner fan here. As soon as he fucking
watched...
What
were you wearing? As far as jersey
I didn't wear a jersey. I wore a Patrick Willis shirt and my Niners hat. But
so you guys were... See, it was known... A 49er fan walking with the big-ass Cowboys fan.
Like, I would walk by and
tell them how many Cowboy fans were in the building.
You told me.
No, tell everybody. How many Cowboy fans?
He was the singular Cowboy object in that entire...
But he's in the Bay Area. I don't see why you're
shocked about that. I realize that that's not the Cowboys meeting spot now. I know where it is in Fremont here.
Where is it?
It's at Kirby's. But that's too far to go. I'm not trying to go all the way down there and drink.
Anyways, and then drive back.
I wouldn't be able to.
Listen, what was I going to say?
I don't know. This guy.
All right, well, how about Hoyer going off? What do you think his chances of being replaced by Manziel anytime soon are? Because obviously it's going to happen.
No, I never finished the fucking story I started. So
you interrupted his story.
He stopped.
No, you fucking interrupted
about how about the Cowboys. How many Cowboys fan was in Jack's? That's what you interrupted.
And then you just went off.
My bad. Sorry. Go.
So we're at Jack's. As soon as we fucking walk in, this guy says, "Who let him in?"
Oh yeah.
Literally the first step.
5 seconds.
The first step he takes in there, he said, "Who let him in?"
They're calling him. They're checking out everybody who's coming in. It better be a fucking 49er.
Dude, they were talking so much shit to this guy.
I bet, bro.
And
what were they saying?
And I was sitting on
People were taking off their hats and shoving them in my face.
Yeah, dude, they were fucked up.
How do you handle that situation?
And
Put my head down and don't look.
And I'm sitting,
That's how I
I'm
handle
sitting
it.
down just going, oh.
He's going dumb with the
And he's in my left ear. He's sitting right next to me 3 inches away in the
And
booth.
people are giving me high fives and fist bumps and shit.
And he's
reaching
on the
over-
inside of the
reaching over
booth.
mine.
He's on the inside of the booth. I'm on the outside.
No, that's hilarious.
I just had my head down. There's
After-
nothing I could do.
After the halftime, it was a good
I'm not
idea.
trying to get
He didn't-
arrested.
He didn't come back till the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, me,
What?
AB and Conan showed up, and we all just chilled outside for a minute because I mean we were down. What was that? A half 28-3. I pretty much knew how the game was going from that point up.
And he couldn't take any more of the people who are outside.
Dude, that's when Tony Romo just threw his third interception.
In the first half. Oh my God.
Damn.
Hey,
my
all right. If next week he does the same exact thing, basically my question is, when do you put the second guy in?
If look, okay, we have.
So you think it's a
Hold
possibility?
on.
So you think
There's
it's a
always a
possibility?
possibility, and for any team.
Okay, you remember? I think it was 2010. The Cowboys started the season 1-7.
Okay.
That was when
What
Wade.
were you,
that
what
was
were
when
you
Wade.
thinking at that point?
We're
You're looking-
obviously in contention for the number 1 draft pick. That's what I was thinking.
That's all
at
you were
that
thinking was draft.
point. Yeah. At that, I mean, what can you think about? Anyway, so that was when Wade
I
Phillips
don't know.
got
Ask
fired.
Raider
and,
fans.
and that's when Wade
Take
Phillips
it.
got fired.
Shots.
Jason Garrett took over. But anyway, if we get into a similar situation like that this year, then I would say bench Tony Romo, keep Whedon at second string.
What do you mean? Though? What
Hear
game
me out.
two?
No, I'm saying if we start like the first 8 games and we have like
Oh,
a
you're halfway
10%
through the
winning
season.
percentage, yes. Week 8, 7, and we have a crap win percentage. At that point, bench Romo, keep Whedon second string, or Romo, I don't care, one of them second string, and put our undrafted rookie free agent Dustin Vaughn in the fire and let him get reps. That's
He's
what I
talking
would
about quarterback.
say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We have an
That's
undrafted
his
rookie
third
free
string.
agent.
That's third
That's
string.
our
You want to
third
put
string.
him in?
At that point, if we have nothing to lose,
You don't like Whedon at all?
what's the point of starting Whedon?
Because he's a proven.
But he's 32 years old or some
Well,
garbage
he got
like that.
the second position somehow.
I really don't care about Whedon, though. I mean, he's just there to fill a backup
How
role.
about he turns into a star though, third string?
And we benefited. We got lucky. Simple as that. But
Hey, I say Jerry Jones was mad he didn't get Manziel because he wanted.
He already is.
He wants
Well,
Romo
he
out
said
of
that
there.
last time.
he's
Romo
come out
out of
publicly
there.
like 3 times and said he wanted Manziel. There's no secret to that anymore. Let's
Hey,
move
what
on.
if you guys? Would you be happy if you got Michael James?
They released.
You know, I thought about that,
He's
but
gonna go to
I
Chip
don't really.
Kelly. Watch. He's gonna go to Chip
That's
Kelly.
what I was thinking. But they already have a complement of running backs too.
But
I
they're
was
fast
already.
as fuck, and he's fast as fuck.
I was.
that,
the only connection Chip Kelly and James is that they were in college together. Simple as
the
that.
alert
and
just
he
popped
ran
up.
the same offense. He runs the same
I
offense.
understand.
An alert just popped up and said he's willing to sign with any team.
He just wants to play. So
Like a
They
significant
asked
role.
him to release
the problem
him.
is
Yeah, I
the
know.
problem is the Cowboys don't need a running back.
Uh.
That we already have 3 running backs and a 4th one that could possibly start on the practice squad. So we don't need a running back. Anyway, let's move on to my next game. The one I kind of liked and wished I got to watch more of.
Empty.
Empty team.
I gotta
Mike,
chug.
you empty?
Nope. I
Of
gotta
course,
chug.
Mike's allowed to.
I'm gonna throw the topic and you guys are gonna talk.
All right.
Denver, Indy.
All right,
Peyton
no,
versus
stop
Luck.
right there. Stop right
Let's
there.
talk about it. Go.
Oh, I was texting you. Remember, Evers?
Gee.
I was texting you, and this dude throws. They were targeting the rookie corner.
Okay.
They thought, nice.
Mike just
Nice.
chugged the rest
Nice.
of that shit. That's some
They
good shit.
thought, hey, it's the first game of the season. Let's go for after the rookies. 4th down, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
And then he just fucking throws it to the rookie cornerback, testing him. And you know what? He came up big.
Dude, I'm so happy I have Ronnie Hillman on my fantasy team.
Are you happy you
He
have
went
Larry Fitzgerald?
Dude, I don't give a shit. Good thing DeMarco Murray and
Oh.
Hillman went off.
One
That's
reception.
because of Carson, though.
One reception, 22 yards.
But to
He's-
his
he-
defense,
he split it with-
Fitzgerald's not the
between-
receiver he used
Carson
to
Palmer was throwing some dimes out of nowhere, and then he was throwing some shitty ass throws.
Bro,
be. That's
he hit-
Carson Palmer, bro.
Bro, he
Have
hit-
you watched Carson Palmer out all through his
God
career?
damn it!
I'm
Can't
sorry,
get a
I'm
word
sorry.
in edgeways.
What were you gonna say?
He spent it to at least 8 different receivers, but that wasn't Larry Fitzgerald during it was like late 3rd quarter.
Dude, Fitzgerald will
How's
get
that
his
happen?
receptions in the year. He'll have his
It's
games.
Fitzgerald. He doesn't have the name he does because he was shit.
Exactly. He's just not this. He doesn't have his speed.
I think
he
it's
probably
Carson
doesn't have his
Palmer.
quickness. Don't. But
But he
Carson
still has
Palmer.
soft hands.
I guarantee if you watch the film, you're gonna see more attention paid to Larry Fitzgerald than any other receiver on their roster.
No, that's true.
So that's why you spread the ball around.
No, but you still have to hit your dude. He's
Yeah,
too
but
afraid
if
to
he's
hit.
not open, you can't hit him.
But he almost threw 2 picks throwing to the other guys.
The other guys.
Do you know that for sure? Or do you know he
No,
wasn't throwing to Fitzgerald? Fitzgerald got 4 targets in that game. I'm just
towards the end. Did you even watch the
No,
game?
I didn't. I didn't get to watch it. I was working all of yesterday. But I mean, I honestly think that let's go back to Denver Indy. I honestly think that the
We
Colts
never left.
No, you were talking about the Cardinals.
True. 2 chains.
All right. So, what do you think? Do you think Andrew Luck is ready to make that leap into the elite?
Dude, he's a 2-time
Based on
Pro
did
Bowler.
you say
He's a 2-time Pro Bowler? That is not something to overlook. This kid is good. I just don't know if he's old enough to start winning Super Bowls.
Old enough?
Yeah, who's the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl in recent memory?
Probably Russell Wilson. I don't know how old he is.
Last year.
What is he, like 27, 28?
Yeah, he's. I don't know. I don't feel like looking it up. It's not that important.
Dude, you just look it up.
Anyway.
You have to look that up.
I'll look it up. You
You
guys
guys
are
are-
fucking lazy.
Oh my god.
So what?
You guys are...
I don't even know what I do with my phone right now.
Okay, we were in the middle of a fucking segment here, and you guys just totally blew it up.
This
now
guy
it's
right
just
here.
nonsense.
Okay,
We're just
okay.
turned into nonsense.
How do you feel about Peyton Manning's stats compared to last year?
Okay, so we're just gonna skip right over your last Luck question.
Let's
Let's just blow past
up.
it.
We're looking it up right now. Oh, my bad. Luck. I already said that guy's ready to make the leap into
He said
the
top
elite.
5. He said
Yes,
Survivor
that-
Mike said top 5.
That would be elite status. Otherwise, top 6. Top 6. 6 is not elite. 5 though. 5 is elite.
Damn.
I'm talking. Let's say. I know you're gonna hate
He's
me for this.
26.
I know you're
Russell
gonna hate me for
Wilson's
this.
in 26.
Let's talk Romo as like the 10th or 9th best quarterback in the league. That's not elite. That's not elite.
If we put him by passer rating, he'd be dead last.
You're fucking wrong. You couldn't be more wrong.
Game 1? No, I'm just talking about this season.
Oh, this season you want to talk about overall.
Bro, that's the
Romo
current.
is top 5
That's
in league
the most
history. In
I
rating.
have seen right now. The present Romo is that number.
He's coming off surgery.
You're right. He might not be the same Romo of old. We still got to figure that out. I hope it was just a bad game,
About time, right?
but it may not be. Romo could be done for his career. Who knows? I hope not, because we're really not prepared for that. But it's possible.
Who are you gonna blame? Jerry Jones.
Of course,
Jake
it starts
Jones,
with him.
bruh.
It starts with him.
Wait, is the light true?
Gosh.
We didn't even use it to burn. We use it to open.
No, we did. We used
open,
it to burn, and then we used it. Was I
Why do you have chicken noodle soup in here?
Bro, I hide my food from my family. Trust me.
What? He's keeping his eye on the chicken noodle soup. Bro, does this even fill you up?
One can, not really. I also eat shit with it.
Bro, I would need like 7 of these.
Anyway, so Peyton Manning.
Mo is whispering in Survivor Mike's ear. It's getting a little creepy.
He's giving me tidbits. All right.
He's
So
giving criticism while it's going on.
exactly.
Hey,
You're
so-
just-
Hold on.
you fucking suck at this.
Oh, let's talk about that comment we got where the very first comment.
Cowboy son
massive cock.
That's fucking
Oh my God,
hilarious.
that's
As soon as I saw that, I was like, this
The
is the
very
best way to
first
kick it off.
That comment did not surprise me.
This
And then he
is
gave
the
it he even gave it a dislike just to throw it in his
just 'cause
face
you
more.
were a Cowboys fan, like, you guys suck massive cock if
He
you're a
didn't-
Cowboys
that
fan.
did not
Very first
surprise
And he
me.
was like, fuck you. That was fucking
That didn't
hilarious.
surprise me at all.
Whoever you are, you're fucking hilarious.
Bro, please just keep commenting. Okay,
So,
Mike,
so
tell us to wrap it up.
let's go back to Indy and Denver. Peyton Manning, we're used to his gaudy stats, his 400 plus yards passing, 3 or 4 touchdowns a game. He still had his touchdowns up with 3, but his under 300 yards is that a bit concerning for Manning, or do you think it was just because they took such a big lead in the second?
It was kind of
in the
weird
first
that
half.
in this
Peyton?
game.
Yeah,
in
Peyton
this
Manning
I
had
was
low
looking at
yards.
attention, I was
Peyton Manning
looking
had
for
low
the
yards. I'm glad you found
Listen,
it.
in this game, Peyton Manning has many off-point throws, which I haven't seen him throw a lot.
Hey.
He doesn't throw a lot of them, but in this
First game
game,
of the
for
season.
some reason, I think he's calibrating or what he's doing. Whatever he's doing, it's
He
not.
didn't have his
God
Wes
damn,
Welker
is
on the
this-
field.
Is this a 1-and-1 going on here?
You're
Dude,
doing a
you're
job
doing
right
a
now. You're
job.
busy.
Bro, I have something to say, though.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bro,
God damn it, dude! You just
You
gotta
might-
jump in.
bro, between you two, you guys don't stop talking. My
You're right.
God.
You're right.
My God.
It's tough to put 3 people on the show, but go. What do you have to say?
Oh, Eli Manning's still sucking dick.
Hey, did you get my pictures that I sent you
Yes.
today?
Yes.
Hey, someone at ESPN is losing their job today.
For what?
Getting fired. Look at this. Look at what he uploaded to ESPN.com.
What are you talking about?
Why?
He's
This is a
gonna-
podcast,
he's
by
gonna
the
show
way.
you. I'll show
Hey,
you.
you, Brian.
Yeah, to me, this is a podcast, bro.
No, but
It's not filmed. We can't.
So
can't show
describe the picture once you put
and
it
how
up.
to look
yeah,
it
but
up,
let me just
and
show
how to
you
look it up,
fucking first.
and how to look it up.
Wait, why are you?
This is, you guys thought you were gonna get this more organized. This is
So
chaotic.
Brian,
This is chaos.
what do you think about Peyton Manning's low yards
picture.
performance?
Which,
Look at the title of that article. Just read it out loud.
Yep.
Read it out loud. Read it out loud.
giant
bullshit.
sucking mad dick.
Giant
That's
sucking
like-
mad dick.
Someone at ESPN is getting fired.
This is an ESPN.
Yes.
How do you look this up?
That was on a website.
Chive.
I think that's
Reddit?
edited, bro. I think that's
Is it on Reddit?
photoshopped.
Yeah.
I don't think that is a real article.
So
But
so you find it on
And if it is-
Reddit?
Hmm?
You find it on Reddit? So what do you type in?
It was on the front page.
and
It was on the front page.
NFL
No, it was on the
subreddit.
front page.
All right, let's forget about the Denver Indy game. I want to talk about New England Miami. This is the one I've been looking forward to.
this one I wanted to
Cheers.
hear your opinion. on.
Cheers.
So who's surprised with the fact that this is the first opening game of the season the Patriots have lost since 2003?
Okay, but when's the last time the Dolphins actually beat them? Is that a bigger statistic?
2003.
That's the first time they've lost an opening game of the season. The Dolphins probably beat them within the last 5 years at some point.
Dude, they beat him. Yeah, they have.
I mean, Dolphins won the division less than 5 years ago. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah. Remember that year they went 1-16 or 1-15, and then the next year they
went
won the
down.
division 11-5. That was the year the Patriots didn't make the playoffs at 11-5. That was a crazy year. That was a
They're not in
crazy
the same
year.
division.
What was
are
the record? Are
Bro.
you kidding me?
Get
Are you
your head
kidding
out of your
me?
rear end right
Are
now.
you kidding me?
Come on.
What?
You need to learn your divisions if you
Who's
don't
in
know
the
that.
AFC South then?
AFC South is the Colts, the Texans, the Jaguars, and Titans. We're playing the Titans this week.
Hey, it's
Give me another one. Give me another one.
East. All right. Then, so it's
Hold on,
the
hold on.
Dolphins.
Hey, so doesn't it
Patriots.
kind of look good with Miami in the playoffs for some reason?
I like.
you know?
I like.
It's kinda-
the
it's
That's
Miami.
refreshing.
Here's
Yeah.
why.
That's refreshing.
Here's why I like Miami.
Because the Patriots, I'm tired of seeing Tom Brady's face.
Yeah.
He's a great fucking quarterback, and he's the fucking man. But, you know, people talk about Tom Brady too, and they said maybe this is his last year, judging him off of one game, which I don't think is right.
No, they're saying that before the season. and now
Everybody
now
loves
they're
to
coming-
judge off of what they've seen
Especially
recently.
the greats. Especially someone they know,
Because they're
everyone
so-
knows.
They're wanting him to decline,
No,
just
no,
like Romo.
So they get a
They're so-
story.
they're-
So they get a story.
Simply, go ahead,
Because
Brian.
they're so good for so fucking long, then it's like they have to slow down. And you know, people's like, it's been
Eventually,
10,
it's just
it's
like
been
Manning.
a decade. It
It's
has
like-
to happen.
you're
So
right.
then they just say that later on in their career.
It's like Manning with his neck injury. Everybody thought that was it for him, and then all of a sudden he comes back, and now we're still like, okay, when's that neck injury gonna come full circle
I
and
don't
get
think
him?
that's what's going to stop
He's
his
still-
career.
It may not, but it might.
I think
he's still fucking up in the playoffs though, Super Bowl.
So, Miami, are they for real? What do you guys think? They beat the Patriots. They scored 23 unanswered points in the second half while shutting out the Patriots in the second half completely. Won
They're
33
gonna
to
be
20.
competitive,
That
you
should
know?
be considered a blowout for Patriots terms.
Yes, it is. Of course.
Okay,
Everyone
I mean
knows that.
it's only a two-score victory,
That
but
is
it should be
insult-
considered
That is
victory.
insulting
A
to Bill
two-score
Belichick.
victory on the Patriots and the Dolphins?
Answer my first question.
But they
is,
were in Miami.
Is
they
Miami?
were-
Yeah,
Dude, it's
I
the
think-
Patriots we're talking
Yeah,
about.
but I
Yeah,
think
it's
it would
the
be way worse if they were in Foxborough.
You're right, absolutely. But is Miami for real?
I think they're going to be competitive, but I don't know like how real they are. You know.
I understand.
Yeah, it's
What do you
game
think?
one. I just need to see more before I can answer that question.
I mean, I'm hoping they're for
Way
real.
to take the
I'm
bitch
hoping.
way out of that one.
I'm really, yeah, really.
He
I'm-
took the emergency exit. It's like, oh, I got to get the fuck out of this
I
question.
would love to see them be for real. Swing and miss.
Yeah, me too.
But
That'd be cool.
but
to
it's
see
New
the
England.
Dolphins
You
dominant again.
cannot
The
count New England
Dolphins,
out in a
bro?
16-game season. They could start 0-7 and still have a shot at the playoffs.
Bro, they're just
It's
partying in
New England.
Miami, just going dumb.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
they can't
probably
even
why
know.
they lost.
They're already going
We're
dumb
in Miami.
Dude, they're gonna party even if they lose.
Okay, so let's
I
run.
know, but imagine if they're winning. How much more?
Let's run through the remaining scores. Now, stop me if you find something you want to talk about. Let's start morning games first. Morning games first. Vikings just pound St. Louis, a new one, 34-6. Now,
I'm
is
liking
this-
that. I'm liking
Of
that.
course, yeah. St. Louis is basically written off. Is there anybody else that's a favorite for the number one overall pick? Anybody else that's a favorite? Any other team that's a favorite for the number 1 overall
Other than
pick?
who?
Other than St. Louis?
Raiders.
Oh, you think they're gonna be that bad?
Raiders.
Bro, come on.
The
Look at
quarterback
that.
goes down.
I don't think the Vikings are that good. Are you kidding me?
And
They're not terrible, but they
Yeah,
can't be
Mike's calling Seattle as the worst team week 1.
St. Louis, bro.
What I
You
said?
idiot.
Seattle.
St.
Okay.
Louis.
Okay. Anybody have anything to say about that game?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
enough said with the
Right,
score you
with
just
the
read
score.
off.
Jacksonville had a 17-0 lead on Philadelphia, and then Philadelphia scored 34 unanswered
To beat
points.
him by
Hey,
17.
did you see the Darren Sproles run?
Yeah, I did see that.
That
was
dude's
impressive.
fast.
That dude's. Did you just figure that out?
Yeah,
Did you
dude's
just find out?
fast.
That dude's been pretty fast.
He's
The
That
dude's been
Chargers
pretty
running
fast since
back
he was on
with
San
the
Diego.
yellow
Golden
tape,
Ryan
with the
Matthews.
yellow
Yeah,
tape, he's fucking fast too.
He's pretty good.
It's about time he starts making those plays.
Fuck, he's
5
fast as
years in the
fuck.
league.
I
It's
like the
about damn
shoes.
time.
I like the
He
shoes.
is
too.
match the
right.
mouthpiece.
Anything else? Anything else? Nick Foles, 3 fumbles, or was it 2 fumbles in the first half? I'm not sure, but
Yeah, you were liking that,
just,
weren't you?
I just hope that guy turns the ball over an infinity amount of times this year. Just,
break it
just,
down, Mike.
Just
Break
keep
it down
turning
for
it
me.
over.
Break it down for me, Mike. Survivor Mike.
Anyway.
NFC.
Hey,
Oh,
RG,
sorry.
I had a question. What the fuck?
RG3 is gonna still suck dick, according to me.
Well, we're not on that game yet.
I didn't even
Brian,
ask you a question.
Brian,
He's answering
stop.
something.
We'll talk about that more. What was your question?
He's literally answering a question no one asked him.
No, he's not answering the question you are asking him.
He didn't
So
I didn't
ask
ask
the
a question yet.
Just
I
go.
didn't ask him.
Just go.
NFC West, NFC East. Who won and lost in those divisions?
What do you predict for
three
NFC West?
NFC West teams won this week. The Rams are obviously the only ones to lose. And one NFC East team won this week, the Eagles. All of the other ones lost. So did I answer your question?
And how did
Okay.
I
last
was
year
just
go?
curious. I'm using it. I don't want to look it up right
And-
now.
and
I'm
You
using it as
just
Google.
you didn't know?
No, I didn't pay
Oh,
attention now. I was
okay.
at work,
Hey,
bro.
and
I'm sorry.
how did last year go? The NFC West was the best division in football, and the NFC East was one of the worst divisions
Definitely
in football.
bottom two.
The Eagles won the NFC East, and there was 3 teams in the NFC West that were playoff
Oh,
eligible. But
shit.
the
It's
Cardinals,
basically the
but
same.
the Cardinals
though,
went 10-6 and still didn't get in because their
Week
division
one
is the
was a
hardest.
microcosm of 2013, simply.
God damn, that's just
So
exactly
does
what
that mean the Cowboys are
2013
going to get 8-8 for the third time, and it comes
I
down to the
believe
last
it.
game?
I
and it comes
believe
down to
it.
the last-
I wholeheartedly believe that.
4 fucking years.
I mean, if we had beat the Niners, then I would think, oh yeah, maybe we have a shot this year. But obviously, we got.
All right, break,
maybe
break,
we'll
break
have
down
that.
your opinions. Next week, you guys go into Tennessee. You guys win. You guys lose. What are you feeling in each?
If we win, we're right on track for 8-8, just like we bet. If we lose, then we're probably going to finish worse. No team who starts 0-2 really ever competes unless you're the Patriots. One year they started 0-2 and won the Super Bowl, and then there was
Fucking
another team-
Patriots. That's
and
what
there was-
that's what I like about the Miami point.
Yeah, there's another team back in history that did 0-2 and won. I can't remember, but let's move on to the next one. Oakland, the Jets. How do you guys think Derek Carr did?
Derek Carr.
Fresno State,
I have somewhat of connection.
of course.
Absolutely, I have no connection.
No,
honestly.
you personally don't, but you have
But,
a social connection.
Yeah, he went to Fresno State. He's a fucking rookie, dude.
And your sister's boyfriend partied with him.
Yeah, they
That's not a
That's a
connection.
social connection. That's a social.
I have somehow
That is stretching
through
it to
people,
the max.
through people I
That is
know
stretching it to the
David
max.
Carr
You can't claim
is
that.
in that.
You can't
I'm in the
claim it.
line. But
You cannot
all right,
claim
then.
that.
All right, then. What can you claim? If
What?
you did that, rode the fucking train, who could you talk about?
Rode the train?
You know,
Oh, we can talk about Robert Turbin.
Robert Turbin.
Robert Turbin, Fremont, Irvington.
Yeet.
We all played against him in football.
He has a ring.
We all
I
played against him in
Rashad
football.
Evans, who's
We
a
all.
Does he have a
Damn,
ring?
you guys do not stop talking.
Sorry, bro. I just wanted.
Keep going, fool.
So, got it. Okay.
Go. You don't even
No,
remember what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
let's
I'm
move
talking
on.
now.
All right, Oakland
Robert
Jets.
Turbin.
Oh, Robert Turbin. So we all played against him in football. Mo, my man Mo over here, and my man over here, Survivor Mike, both tackled him. But I've also
Oh,
played with them,
I just rapped. He ran over me.
I tackled him.
and
Solo tackle.
and I've also played with him on the basketball court.
Oh, this guy has a
and
more
I have
connection
two sport connection.
That's
Anyways,
just beast
hey,
that we play ball with an NFL player.
It's just good to know that someone
Somebody made
even
Somebody
close
made
to you,
Someone made out of Fremont.
out of Fremont, made it to the fucking Super Bowl and won a ring.
All right, let's move on. First, let's just go back real fast. Jets. They're pretty much the same team they were last year. Do you think Oakland? Do you think Oakland can compete this year? Or do you think they're going to be 8-8 or worse?
I think Oakland is going to be better than last year, but
Yeah,
not
you're right.
really that good.
Well, the only
I think
reason
they're going to do exactly how they've been doing, if maybe slightly better.
Slightly better.
Dude,
You're right.
they're-
Both of you are right. I agree with both of you. I just hope, for the fact that we're in the Bay Area, I just hope East Bay Oakland does somewhat noticeably decent, just because I'm tired of seeing them suck.
Then watch a
And
Warrior
even-
game.
Even as that's a completely different sport, and it doesn't even compare to football. I mean, even as Niner fans, are you guys tired of seeing half the Bay Area suck every year? You
No,
guys
because I
gotta
don't give
want-
a fuck about anybody
Watch a Giants
except
game.
for the 49ers.
Whatever. Let's move on. Cincinnati, Baltimore had a big lead, gave it up. Cincinnati, did you see AJ Green's crazy catch?
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
He
That was fun to
fucking
watch.
jipped it. Bro broke his ankles at the 5-yard line.
Yep. That was good. All right. Not much to say other than Ray Rice. Other than Ray Rice is out, so the Baltimore Ravens are going to struggle in the run game this year. Hopefully, Justin Forsett
Who's
can
even
carry the
there?
road.
Oh, okay.
Forsett.
Answer my question.
Forsett and Bernard Pierce.
Bernard Pierce is not that bad.
Not
But
that
he
good.
fumbled. He got
Not
benched.
that good.
Like a dumbass. The only reason I know that is because he's on my fantasy team. All right. So
Oh, so you pretty much got your ass kicked.
No, he won.
No,
Oh,
I
you
won.
won?
I won.
He won.
Shit.
don't forget I had
Because he has a lot of Niners on there.
Oh, that's what
Dude,
saved it.
Colin
Colin Kaepernick,
and Vernon Davis.
Oh,
I had Terrence Williams 11
Mike's
points.
juice. I haven't
Both-
seen a big smile like this on his face in a while, right?
both my running backs,
And who was
The
with
Denver
you on
back
draft day? Who was with you on draft day and told
My
me?
boy gave me
so
some
you should-
advice right
Now
here.
I know why
Brian,
they're on your
yeah.
team.
no,
Yee.
I mean, it circumstance they fell to me, and I had to.
And then I was
draft
giving
order,
my.
but he
I was
definitely
giving
helped me make some decisions, no doubt.
Done.
I'm again the one that's lagging. So let me
Done.
let me get to a game you guys want to talk about.
Mike
Next we
drinks
got.
like a
Bro,
biatch.
by the
Next we
way,
got-
I'm just saying we're way over our time. To
Don't
talk
trip.
about-
Don't trip.
Okay.
No, we're already on the second half of our show. Next, let's talk about Washington, Houston. You were talking about RG3. What do you got to say about it?
He looks like the same RG3. He looks like 2013 RG3, which is the end of 2012 RG3.
Yeah, but he's overrated. Come on.
Dog shit.
All right, next game, Chicago Buffalo finished in OT. I told a family member of mine who is a huge Chicago Bears
What do you
fan
think about that?
not to
What did
worry
he-
about
what
this
did he-
game.
what
They're
did he
going to
think?
roll over Buffalo. That's what I
How
told
mad
him.
was he? How mad is he? That's what I wanted to ask you.
What
He
does-
honestly wasn't as mad as I suspected, but that's because he understands Bear football. He's been a Bear fan his whole life. It was if
In
I was a Bears
overtime?
fan, I would feel worse than I am as a
In
Cowboys.
Soldier Field?
It was at home
Oh.
Yeah, and they're coming to Levi Stadium next week.
too. The Bears have a lot to prove.
Dude, and they're coming to Levi Stadium.
That's a hard one to
Especially
take as a
how
fan.
much hype the Bears offense had coming into the
Do you think-
season,
do you think
and
the
only
Niners
able
are-
to put up 20 points and still lose.
Hey, do you think the Niners are going to win next week? Let's move
I
on.
think
to
the
next
Niners
week.
are going to win 37-20.
Okay, I would suspect something around that. A big night in Levi Stadium.
Yes, I agree. It's a night
I
game,
shoot
bro.
'em
It's
out.
going to be crazy.
Sunday,
Shoot 'em out.
Sunday night
All right,
prime time.
next
Prime
game, Tennessee handed Kansas City a solid loss.
Yeah, because Alex Smith was
Kansas-
pulling a Romo.
Kansas City is not going to be the
3
same team they were
interceptions.
last year. I think Kansas City was riding. I think Kansas City was riding a lot of that momentum where everybody was trying to say they were the worst. So last year they tried to prove that they weren't, and they successfully did that. However, I don't think they're going to match up to that this year. Carolina, Tampa Bay. Carolina won 2014. Tampa Bay in a game of it late, but Carolina
with the backup.
with the backup, no Cam Newton.
Hey, iPhone 6 came out today.
Yeah, I know.
I think that just proves that Carolina is legit this year. They won with a backup quarterback. I mean, Tampa Bay doesn't have a solid team, so it's not really that great of a measuring stick. but Carolina was still able to win with their backup. So I think that's pretty impressive. Any thoughts on that?
Who's Cam Newton's backup?
I honestly wasn't watching the game, so I don't know. I just know he's not Cam Newton.
Did
Yeah, that's the same exact.
Did Kuechly have a big game?
Probably, knowing Kuechly. He's definitely the best linebacker in the league. Even though people may not consider him, within the next 3 years, everybody's going to be unanimous best linebacker.
Does he have
in
an
the league.
interception though? Because Patrick Willis has an
Yes.
interception.
Oh shit!
Maybe not this season, but that dude led his team in interceptions. I'm pretty sure last year.
Does he have one right now?
I don't fucking know. Nor do I care. All right, New York Giants. I was pretty happy about this game. New York Giants got ripped a new one by Detroit. That was pretty good. I was excited to see that final
Dude,
because I didn't
hey,
watch the game.
Detroit's good.
Yeah.
Detroit's fucking good, dude.
Remember my
Megatron?
remember my
Megatron
prediction?
and,
Detroit is Detroit. They always light it up at the beginning of the season,
Do they
and they
really?
always
Remember
suck
my
at the last
prediction.
half.
Remember my
No, I
prediction
don't.
from
What was
last
it?
week,
I don't
last
remember.
episode.
What'd you say?
Because you said the Lions look for them in the playoffs. I said, not only look from the playoffs, but they're going to win a game in the West.
You did say that. I remember that.
We had
I mean,
that full conversation.
as of right now,
On the podcast.
the prediction looks smart as of right now, but it's only been 1 week.
Yeah, well,
Last game to talk about from last week: San Diego 17, Arizona 18.
San Diego gave it up. They fell apart like they always do.
I was
played
working
shit.
all
They
night
played
last
like
night.
shit
I
the
don't
whole
I didn't get to
Always
see
fall
shit.
apart.
San Diego is definitely the second best team in that division right now, behind Denver, ahead of Kansas
No
City and
fucking
Oakland.
shit.
Dude, there's one good team in that division.
San Diego's good. They're
They're
going to be a
not
playoff
playoff.
team. They were a playoff team last year.
Wild card.
Doesn't matter. Still playoffs. Anyway,
Yeah, because what are you going to do if Denver's in your division? Like, that's fucking hard to win your division.
that's true.
That fucking sucks. I would hate to have Peyton Manning in my division.
Yeah.
Would you hate to have Peyton Manning in your
Yeah.
division? But you already have a Manning in your division.
Yeah, but he's nowhere
But
near
it's
his
not
brother.
Peyton Manning. Hey, Thanksgiving must suck. Thanksgiving's coming up in a month and a half. The Manning household must fucking be so awkward.
Yeah.
Only if they
yeah.
play each other.
They're probably like, so
No,
have you
no,
seen
no,
Peyton?
No, no, no. I'm
Dude.
talking about Eli Manning
Yeah.
comes in. Oh, I got 7 picks. It's only game 7, and what's it called?
That's not
Manning
that
goes
many,
in there, and he's like, "Oh, I have 12 touchdowns and 1 pick."
They're all like, Peyton Manning with smiles on the face, and Eli walks in, and they're like, oh. Hey.
Multiply those numbers by 2, and those are more likely. Anyway, by Thanksgiving. Anyway, let's move on to next week. Let's start with the Thursday night game coming up in 2 days. We have Steelers at Baltimore. I think it's pretty easy to think that after last week's performances plus the recent news coming out of Baltimore, I'd say the Steelers have this one,
Absolutely.
even in Baltimore.
No.
Didn't Cincy just go into Baltimore and win? I'm pretty sure they did.
That's exactly what happened.
Then we got 2 winners last week out of the AFC East. Dolphins at Buffalo. This may actually make
That's
out to a
good
decent game.
That might be a good
Everybody was looking at the schedule back in
Hey,
April or March, May, and going,
any other year, this
Yeah.
would be a
No.
non-watch.
Yeah, everybody
nobody
was like-
would watch that.
everybody
game.
was looking
Almost
at
not
the
even
schedule going,
televised.
week 2, fuck that game.
Yeah, they're like, it's not even televised. Like, we pulled the
That-
contract.
Not even on
I-
local television.
That is a very good game. That's kind of weird.
It's Miami's first game on the road and Buffalo's first game at
Hey,
home.
Jaguars didn't play bad ball,
They played good first half ball.
but they didn't even do that.
They played a great half of a game.
But they didn't even get to that point. They were worse than a half a game.
True, last year they actually were 4-0 the last month of the season last year. I don't think you knew that. Anyway,
Because he
I-
stared
I-
off
I
into
did not.
space
I did not.
and free froze.
Anyway, they're at Washington Redskins. Obviously, I hope Jacksonville wins. That'll be a huge blow to the Washington fan base.
Cowboys.
The
and
next
Vikings.
morning game, I'm going to skip until I mention the last morning game.
Oh, okay.
So we got Arizona in New York, Giants Stadium.
my God, Giants about to
Dude,
get
Arizona,
work.
I think Arizona's a better team.
Arizona's not in our division, but they're gonna win.
It's
they're gonna-
always tough for West Coast teams to make that East Coast trip, though. You think
Check
that's
Giants
going to
are
have a
gonna
major
get
effect?
I got a prediction. Patrick Peterson 2 picks that game.
Ooh, that's a bold one.
Whoa.
I like it, too. I like it. All right, let's move on. Now, do you think
That's
New England...
bold as shit.
That is.
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna
bold as
happen.
a
Watch.
That's
No, it's
next
not.
next game we got. Hey, shut up. Let's move on. Next game we got is New England at
Are we literally going
Minnesota.
to talk about every single game?
Why not? What else we got to talk about?
Okay, so
Minnesota, you think
Oh, that's another good game because you don't know.
Unfortunately
Rocky.
for Patriots, yes.
Patriots are 0-1, Vikings are 1-0.
Unfortunately for
Yeah.
the
So
Patriots,
you don't know if they're
Vikings,
for real or
Vikings
they're
had the
fake.
best score
And you don't know
differential out of every
and
team
it's
last
in
week.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
And it's in Minnesota.
You don't know if the Vikings
Minnesota's-
are good.
this
You
is-
don't know if the Patriots are bad.
Is this
so.
a new
You're right.
stadium?
That's
do
why
they have a
it's-
new stadium?
No, they don't yet. They're playing in the University of Minnesota Stadium.
A different stadium.
The Beaver Stadium, I think they're called. Are they called
University?
They're called the Beavers.
No, that's
Minnesota-
Oregon State.
No, Minnesota...
Oregon State Beavers for
What the
sure.
fuck is Minnesota? It doesn't matter.
Michigan
Anyway,
Beavers?
that's the
Michigan Wolverines. you
that's the
idiot.
stadium they're playing in.
Anyways, Saints, Browns. That's gonna be a good game.
There's another one.
God
Both
damn.
teams are 0-1.
They-
This is
all
a good.
these-
This
all
is
these
randomly
games,
came out
yeah.
to a good.
all these
I
games
feel
are
like
supposed
this-
to suck. There's supposed to be a definite winner in all these games, but the way Week 1 went,
We have no idea.
It's kind of like an underdog year.
Raiders versus Texans.
Raiders and Texans. that
Texans
could go
won
either
last
way,
week against
but
a Washington
go
team that
either
finished
way.
3-13
Is
last
it in
year.
Oakland? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, look for Oakland to win that.
Hey,
Look
I would
for
love
Oakland
to
win
go to that game. That would be fun.
Chiefs Broncos.
Chiefs, Broncos.
We
Broncos.
skipped a few. Hold on, guys. Let's go back for a second.
We don't have to go in order.
No, I like to talk about these. Atlanta and Cincy. Both teams are 1-0. Both teams are 1-0. So who do you think? Just real quick, who do you think is gonna play well?
Are they
Which
in?
one?
They're in Cincinnati.
Both these offenses have
Which one are
capability.
you talking about?
Falcons at Cincinnati.
I say home team wins.
You think home team wins? I think it's gonna be a shootout, and somehow Atlanta's gonna pull out a tough one.
I'm going with Survivor Mike. Thanks for you're about to cut me off anyways.
Sorry. I'm
Panthers,
gonna get better
Lions.
at that.
Panther,
Lions
look for Lions to
in-
win. Look for
in-
Lions. I'm picking the Lions.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Brian, what do you think?
Panthers, Lions.
Yeah.
Cam's back. They're at the Panthers
Is he
Stadium.
back for sure? Do you know that?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
And they're home. I'll take Panthers.
All right.
I honestly think Panthers defense is
All
going
right,
to
go
prevail
back
in this
to the
one.
game you skipped.
Now I skipped a game on purpose. We're going Dallas in Tennessee. I mean, based on week 1 Romo, I can't feel confident. I just hope it was just a fluke.
You're not confident against the Titans?
They won last week. They handed the Chiefs a solid loss. I mean, I don't know much about the Titans, so I
look
can't
at
really
the way
talk
the
about it.
Cowboys played too. You got to
Yeah.
understand
Right.
where they're
I'm
at.
I'm just saying that's
I'm speaking
bad.
from a Cowboys perspective.
It's
I don't really
0-1
care.
versus 1-0.
I don't really
Yeah.
care what Tennessee brings to the table because it's more about us than anything. Always, right? If Tony Romo is just as flat as he was last week, then I'm gonna have to assume we're a 3-13 team at best.
Whoa.
I mean, we cannot win without perfect quarterback
let me-
play.
let me tell you
That's
how
the
bad
Cowboys.
this
Hold on,
got.
real quick. I'm not
Hold on.
done. Hold on, real quick.
We all had something to say. All at one
The
time, we
Cowboys
came
did
into a
not-
3-way
as
wreck.
as a team, the Cowboys did not perform god awful, but on the quarterback end, it was possibly the worst quarterback performance of last week.
Tony Romo has 11 games in which he threw 3 or more picks.
Which is actually
Like
a lot
last season, or?
less,
11.
which is less than Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady in the last 3 years. So don't fucking try to skew the stat, bro.
Mike's getting heated.
I'm just saying, bro. You're trying to be all
Hey.
biased and shit.
So, what I want to ask you is, if you go 3-13, what's the blowback in Dallas?
Well, I didn't get to mention it earlier when we were talking about the percentages of Niner fans in Dallas last week. But I think Dallas Cowboys have the worst home fans in the NFL, and that's not just because this week. We are such a quiet fucking stadium. I mean, if I lived in Dallas, I'd
Because
be
it's fucking huge as shit.
Yeah, that's what you get
It
for trying to make it the biggest one.
Jerry Jones.
That's not my decision.
That's Jerry Jones.
Don't blame
for
me.
You, though.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
Cowboys for you.
It's just sad.
Because Jerry
It's
Jones
just
is
sad
Cowboys.
when on the road, the Cowboys will make up 40% of the stadium every time. But
Every
at
time.
home, we're quietest stadium in the league. That's some garbage. If I lived in Dallas, not that one person can make that much of a difference at all, but if I lived in Dallas, I'd have been a season ticket holder since I was 9 years old. Are you kidding me?
I'm sure.
And
there's a lot of
I'd been to
people
all
that-
those 5-11 seasons. I'd have been to the 13-3 season that we lost in the playoffs. I'd have been to every fucking game.
Who lost that game?
Let's not get into the past. Let's just move forward. Anyway, let's start with the afternoon games. Do you guys have any opinions on the Titans? Sorry, I stopped.
I say the Titans. I mean,
I don't wanna
it's
predict
kind
it.
of hard. Week 2 is kind of hard,
The
but it's
hardest
better
week
than
I've
week
ever
1.
seen.
It's better than week 1.
Yeah,
But
definitely. I'm so excited.
At home, hey, you gotta go for the team that's on top. There's a game. There's a team that's 1-0, and there's
Can't argue that
a
logic.
team coming in to your house coming in 0-1. You gotta win that game.
Can't argue that. What do you think, Brian?
I don't know, man.
Ebbs, just give an opinion. What do you think about that game? I just want to hear it.
I
It's
know
my
nothing
team.
about the Titans, bro.
Neither do I. What do you think about this game based on the Cowboys performing last week? You saw that game, so tell me what do you think
I
about
think it's going to go down the wire. It's going to be a couple points in between the scores, and I think Titans might.
Pull it
Well,
off.
I hope both of you are wrong. But
Why
based
wouldn't
on
you?
what happened last week, I could not argue your predictions. I definitely agree that that's Cowboy football. We're gonna bring it down to if we're gonna win, we're gonna bring it down to the last minute. Sometimes we lose and bring it down to the last minute, but if we're gonna win, that's the only way it's gonna happen. Last minute by 2, 3, maybe 4. It's just gonna be that game. Hopefully we win. Let's
Yeah.
move on to the afternoon games.
How would you feel if Cowboys went 8-8, but was the only team in the league to beat Seattle at home?
It wouldn't make any difference. Yay, we beat Seattle at home the next week, and 8 weeks later we still suck.
The only
So what does
thing
it
that
really
would
matter
do
at
for
the end of
us
the day?
is say, "Fuck you, Seattle.
Exactly.
You guys got beat."
That would give Niner fans some
Oh, I would fucking
ammo.
love you
Give
guys.
some-
You guys aren't a threat, but you guys did the dirty work. You
Yeah,
guys
we
are
did.
not a threat, but you guys.
Yeah, we did, Mike's Juice. Yeah, we did.
Of course, I would take a little bit of pride in that,
Of
but at the end of the day,
no team has done it.
At the end of the day, it would still mean absolutely fucking nothing if we finished 8-8 and missed the playoffs.
But that would feel a little better,
Right.
though. A little off the sting.
Yeah, like-
a little.
But that's how I
If someone
feel.
comes in and attacks the Cowboys, you can say, at least I beat Seattle at home.
That's how I feel every year. If we
everybody
beat,
can do the same thing. Like,
that's how I feel every year
and
if
give
we
the lead,
beat,
you know.
if we beat our division rivals twice. Even if we finish 8-8, but we beat the Giants and the Redskins twice, just like last year. We beat the Eagles once, and we lost last game of the season, obviously. But I was like, hey, at least we were 5-1 in the division. That's a bragging point, even though it's still fucking irrelevant. You know what I mean? That's just football, though. Anyway, let's move on to the afternoon games. Finally, we got possibly the first overall pick in St. Louis traveling to Tampa Bay. Any words on this? Tampa Bay wins.
Yeah,
Next-
Tampa Bay for sure wins.
Next game we have Seattle at San Diego.
Seattle's gonna dominate.
I don't know, Mr. Mo over here is
Hey,
like, Seattle's not a road team.
I said they're not a road team, but I also said the Chargers break down in the end. So look for a good game, but at the end they're going to give it away.
I'm going to predict the score here. I could say 28-13 Seattle. 28-13.
But the
right.
last two scores won't score till the fourth quarter.
Dude, Seattle's defense is too good. Until they break down, I'm not wavering on those guys. They just shut down Green Bay's offense. Are you kidding me?
Shut them down.
We already talked about.
They said no business up here.
We already talked about
Go back to
Houston and
Green Bay.
Oakland. Let's go. We got the Jets was Brett Favre's former team against Green Bay was Brett Favre's former team. Any words on that?
Nope.
No. We got another good defense against a pretty historically sufficient offense.
My man Gino's letting me down.
He
Are they
won
gonna
last week. What are you
sack?
talking about?
He's let me down. I thought he
I
was
don't
going to
know
come
why
out
you're
better
on
than
his
that.
nuts. I don't. I said that last week. All right, we got a division matchup in Denver, Kansas City.
Okay, look for Broncos to win by 30.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's going to be the margin, but
Oh my god!
But I
because
know-
everything literally.
In Mile High.
I know Denver's going to win that game. I'm
Next.
almost as certain as I was
Denver's
the Bears were going to beat the Bills.
called
last week.
high.
Hey, next game though. What's the next
Iron.
game? What's your prediction on the next game, Mike?
Of course, I already predicted this game.
Say
Do you
it.
remember it?
I
I
don't.
said,
I really
that's pretty sad. I said
That was hella
something
long.
like 37-20, right? Something like that. San Francisco. But of course, I already said it. Family. I hope Bears win. But what are the odds?
Who are you expecting a big game from on both sides?
Frank Gore's going to tear the Bears a new one. Vernon Davis is going to have a good game. Kaepernick is probably going to run for a solid 30 to 40 yards.
My boy
Unless
Cat.
he breaks a 60-yarder, which is very, very possible.
All right, so what's it? Why are you saying that? You saying
The Bears' defense was second
is-
worst in the league last year. You guys are playing the two worst defenses to start out the year. If there's anything that can get a bad preseason offense in sync, it is the 49ers' first two games. Simply
Well, it
as
works.
that.
I'll take it.
Simply as that. You guys are playing the two... What? I didn't even realize that until just now. How fucking lucky do you have to be? The scheduled makers must love you. I'm
No,
just saying.
that's
Oh, now he's
that's
trying to
just the way
take
it
something
turned
off
out,
it.
dude.
No.
The way it turned out.
Bro,
You guys are
you're
playing-
taking it as a plot
you guys are
against
playing
everybody
two
else to beat the
non-divisional
49ers.
games.
This fool
week
is a
1 and 2.
conspiracist.
He's just trying to.
yeah.
Oh my god! Mike,
I'm just
you-
saying-
It's looking bad, bro. I'm
I'm
telling
just
you, it's
saying,
looking.
dude, you guys got lucky with the schedule. All right, that
He's
was...
bitter.
Anyways,
He's bitter.
that was-
Obviously, I'm choosing the Niners. Ebbs is
Niners.
obviously
You
choosing
would be
Niners.
mentally...
Sunday night
You would
primetime.
be mentally ill.
I would say
if you did
Cap
not
puts
pick the
up
Niners.
over 200 yards, 2 TDs.
Passing. I think he puts up 400 yards of total offense.
By
Kaepernick.
himself.
Yes, that includes running and
Hey, it's
passing.
just weird. In big games, Niners play big
It's
ball, but
prime time,
under
yeah.
the radar games, they play average.
Yeah.
Last game of next week, we have Philadelphia at Indy. You guys obviously know how I feel about this game.
Look for LaShawn McCoy to go dumb.
Being a Stanford alum, I'm a big Andrew Luck fan, and obviously I hate the Eagles.
So you got to go Indianapolis. Indy, you're going Indy, Ebbs.
I'm going Indy.
I say go Eagles. Monday Night Football.
Go Eagles!
I say go Eagles.
Are you just saying that to spite me?
No.
That's exactly what he's doing. I saw it from the right when he said the Eagles.
No.
Right when he said McCoy. That's exactly what he's doing.
He is the best, one of the best running backs
Last
in
year.
the NFL. And week 2, he's still one of the best.
I don't know, dude. I think Philly is a little overrated.
Finisher.
They obviously have firepower, However, I don't think they're as good as people.
Anyway, so you guys got a review of all the games. Now you guys got all our predictions for next week. And we always finish it with a story, so...
So who's got the story?
I got the story.
Oh,
I got the story.
Make it quick.
Mo got the story.
Make it quick.
Bruh, he has 6 minutes.
I know.
You guys are interrupting and I still made mine last.
But you guys were there, so you guys know this story.
Well,
Just
then tell
let the
it.
audience
We're
doesn't.
re-admit.
You remember New Year's?
Yes.
Which one?
Last year.
This
Most
past
of-
one?
No. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Where Shauna punched a dude in the chest.
Oh, this was when we were with the...
When we got in a fight? When we almost got in a fight?
Yeah.
All right, that night. All right, so let me see if I remember this right. So we're over there. I had an edible. Mike had an edible.
Ooh, that was a good night.
You had an edible, and then we smoked a blunt. We got on bar, and we head out to San Francisco. We go to Dave's.
Yeah, we were smoking in the car before we went on the bar.
Yeah, and then we went
We
to
had a drink at
Dave's.
Dave's.
We went to Dave's,
Yeah.
and it was us 3 plus 3 girls. Remember, it was what was her name?
Ira.
Ira chick.
Ira. I remember that.
The
I
other
remember
girl
parts
that-
of her.
And then Shauna and what was that?
Melanie.
Melanie. Yeah. You made out with Melanie, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
We egged
All right.
them on,
Anyways. All right. So we're at Dave's having a good time. You guys have the German waterfalls. Remember those?
Yeah, those are solid.
And
I was
New Year's
sick
is always
after that.
good with us,
I was
bro.
sick to my
Huh?
stomach for like
New Year's
10
is always
minutes.
fun.
all right, and then we're like, all right, we gotta.
What
get
happened with the bus situation?
Just listen. So we're like, all right, but we're just pre-gaming here. Let's go to the beer bar we're gonna be at for the entire New Year's, right? So I asked the bartender because I'm drunk. Say, hey, where exactly can I find this bus to go here? And he's like, just go right outside. We go right outside. Wait like 30 minutes, and the time is just ticking. Obviously, we're late. We have 3 girls with us, dude. We had to wait for 3 of them. Anyway, so
we went to the wrong bus stop.
It's like 11 o'clock. The bus rolls by. It's the wrong. He's like, oh, you guys had to wait 1 block down, half a block down. That's where the bus stop is.
And he took off before we got there.
And it's about 11:20. We're like, fuck, dude, we just missed the bus, and the destination is like 30 minutes away. And
It
then
was about 15.
And then out of nowhere,
Shut up.
another.
He's wrong.
Dude, just listen.
Oh.
And out of nowhere, the bus comes, and for some reason, he says, "Oh, I this is the end of my route.
Yeah, we got
I'm gonna
it.
have to drop you guys off here."
He was lying. He had some shit to do.
Dude,
He wanted to party for New
and so
Year's.
we got halfway there and had to go find another bus, but luckily that came quick. We got there, went to this street full of bars. It's about 11:45. We're running up and down the street to see which bar we're going to go in. And then we find one.
It has no line.
Yeah,
We
waiting
find
outside
one.
of 2 different.
We just drop our cover charge, gets in there, go run to the bar. It's about 11:51. Order all our drinks.
And we got our drinks at
Everyone is
11:51,
holding
we
like
got our
3 or 4 shots. Just walking to the back. We're walking to the back trying to juggle all these shots. And by midnight, not even by midnight. By 11:59, we had already everyone there had taken more than 4 shots.
Oh God, it was
Immediately.
Oh, it was so great.
Immediately. And at 11:59, everyone had their last shot.
Our shots were Jameson, right?
All Jameson. It was all.
And those were the
Whose
best
idea was that?
And
Mike?
then,
Mike.
and then at midnight,
It was
we
Jameson.
all have these AMFs, right? 1 AMF,
Yep.
2 AMF,
Yeah, I remember that.
and then a rum and coke, and that's when we got in a fight.
Nah, you guys didn't get in
No.
a fight. Explain that. What happened?
No, he doesn't know.
Oh,
So-
Brian, explain it better.
So Mohit was at the bar, and he's just so there was a guy. There's a guy that was already standing there, and I see Mohit. He was just sitting at the bar, and I see Mohit just go there like he's getting us some drinks,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden he's kind of giving him like a dirty look, and then like you guys had some exchange of words. I didn't hear that, and the bartender had to kind of break it up. And to me, it looked like this guy literally was just looking at you wrong for some reason. He was like some European dude.
Yeah, no, but I turned around and I had a drink in my hand. My elbow hit his stomach, and the drink spilled all over my arm, and then splattered onto his stomach on his jacket. And
So
he was
he had a reasonable
and he was like
reason to be
a
upset.
European dude, right? He couldn't really speak English that way. He was like, my jacket. I was like, all right, dude, my bad. I grabbed a napkin. I was like, here you go, like my bad,
You're
right?
set.
And then
Dude, that's what a reasonable person
and then
would
I
do.
turned back around, I grabbed my drinks, and I turned around, and he bumps into me again, and I'm like, whoa, and he's like up in my face like, you fucked up my jacket.
That's
I was
when
like,
Brian...
And as soon as that happened, I put down my drinks, and you knew it was serious at that point, because I turned around, and we were like, and then before I could even turn around, you were already in his face.
Mega props. Mega props.
Mike's over there chilling by the bathroom.
That's because I'm waiting for the females. You guys gave me that
and
job,
he's just
you
looking
dicks.
around. I look over to him.
I
He's
had
just
no
fucking
idea
bobbing
he
his
was-
head
He
to
had
the
no
music.
idea.
He's bobbing his head to the music.
Yeah.
Has
I was-
no fucking clue
I was
what's
so
going on.
pissed when I heard this
And
story.
then we leave
because
the bar.
I was...
We leave the bar, and at midnight, Mike makes out with Melanie. You can't find Ira at that point. She fucked you over. Started making out with another guy, and at the end of the bar,
she wouldn't even go home with us. She fucking.
And then she was walking with us, and this dude keeps walking with us, and like, dude, leave her the fuck alone. We're gonna go home now. And he was like, no, I want to come, right? So Shauna punches him in the chest, and obviously it's a girl hitting a guy, so it really didn't hurt. But she's like, and he just keeps coming, and then they actually go to his room. She slept with him, and she came back the next morning, and Melanie had to go with her. We got back to Fremont, and that was New Year's 2 years ago.
that was one of the good old days. So thank you guys for listening. We appreciate each and every view. This has been Mike, Mo, and Brian for Beer Buds and Football. We encourage you guys, please give us feedback, positive or negative. We want to hear your opinions. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks.